Hi, you've tuned into Jackie and the Other Side of Beauty. If this is your first time here, I would like to welcome you to my channel. And if you're returning, it's always good to have you back. In today's video, I am doing a recap of the Shop My Stash items that I used for the month of January. So if you're interested to hear my thoughts on those products, then please stay tuned. First, before we get started, I would like to get your opinion about my background. Yes, girl, I went old school YouTube. Remember back in the day when everyone used to have a backdrop in their videos? Well, since I determined that in this space, facing the way that I'm facing now is the best for my lighting situation, I determined that this is the best position. But you guys, I didn't want you guys having to look at a blank white or off-white wall. So I went on Amazon and I got this wintry background. So you'll have to let me know your thoughts because I'm going to keep them coming. That is if you like it. So again, we're going to go ahead and stop jabbering and jump into today's video. Let me just say, this Shop My Stash was not the greatest. I'm a little taken aback by it, but I did not enjoy this month's Shop My Stash. Well, January's Shop My Stash. I didn't enjoy it at all. Okay, so as I was saying, I did not enjoy it at all. Now, I came home to try to touch up my makeup just a little bit to make it more presentable because my base has been looking a hot mess every day. Every day it looks a hot mess, and today was no exception. So I had to get a wipe and wipe off all my concealer, so just this bottom section of my face, and start over. I went ahead and reapplied my concealer. I was hesitant as to whether or not I was going to put the powder on because that just made things look worse, but I went ahead and put the powder on lightly, and I didn't want to spray my face, so the only spray that I used was the Fenty Refreshing Spray in hopes that that would get me through this video. That's how bad things have been looking every day, no matter what products I use. I do think I'm going to talk about one of the products. Well, I am going to talk about one of the products that I believe broke me out because this side of my face is all bumpy and just a little bit on this side. So I will talk to you. Yeah, I will talk to you about that product. I was going to be like, if I can find it. So let's jump into recapping January's Shop My Stash so we can go ahead and get ready to pull products for this month. Okay, so I'm going to try to stay within the categories, but you know that never works out. But let me see if this is too bad. I'll try my best, you guys, to stay. Okay, let's see. Well, I guess we can let's just go ahead and start off with the powders. I did use this month one of my favorite powders that, you guys, I think it did me dirty. This powder by Huda Beauty. You guys know I love this powder, and I have it in the shade Blondie. This powder just looked like I had a white cast on my face all the time. It almost looked like it would look if you have flashback and you take a picture and you can see it on, when you post a picture or something. That's what this powder looked like on my face. And I don't know if, because I know for videos, I go in a little more heavy-handed because I want, everything to show through the lens, so to speak, so you guys can really see what everything looks like. But in my own personal life, I didn't think that I was really going in with that much powder, but maybe I am. And if so, I need to take a step back. And I guess that will be one of the lessons that I have learned. Again, my channel is called The Other Side of Beauty. I am a mature woman of a certain age. And, I thought that I was going to be you know, taking a step back, dialing things down a notch. But I see that I have amped up some of the things that I'm using. So I don't know. But yeah, this powder looked like I had flashback. So I definitely, after I saw that, because I was riding in the car and I looked in my little visor mirror and I was like, and that's really when I started discovering that my makeup just looked a hot mess. So I'm going to take a step back on my powder in my everyday life. I tried to take a step back today, you know, and just kind of use a skin tone powder and then just a touch of this Huda Beauty once I reapplied my makeup for this video. But yeah, this did not wear well. And because I know it has the potential to wear well because I've used it several times, I'm not going to say I don't like this powder because I really do. It's just, I think there was just a lot of things that came into play. Before we go any further, I think one of the first things I realized is, just like last year, the latter part of last year, when I was trying to keep my makeup together, I was pulling mattifying foundations and then mattifying primers. Well, I didn't realize that I had done the reverse for January's Shop My Stash. You know, it's winter and I was concerned about, you know, my skin not being hydrated enough. So looks like I pulled all Radiant foundations along with Radiant primers. So once I made that discovery, Lucky's not very happy with me right now. So once I made that discovery, I did make a substitution, and that's when I pulled this Milk makeup. And I think I did have it in the original Shop My Stash because I went back to take the pictures before I uploaded it. So yeah, once I made that discovery, I did get at least one mattifying primer in the mix. So I guess I just have to be more cognizant of the things that I'm pulling. I mean, it sounds good at the time because I want to use, you know, some of my favorite products, but I'm not taking into consideration that I can look a hot mess like I did in January. I mean, I was shiny all the time. I mean, like overly shiny. And it just, my makeup was a hot mess. But continuing on, the second powder that I pulled was the Perfect Peach powder. And this is in the shade Translucent Caramelized Peach, and this is by the brand Too Faced. This has always been a favorite powder for me, and so like I said, I love this powder, have used it numerous times, and I'm going to keep on using it. For eyeshadow primers, I used the MAC Paint Pot in the shade Contemplative State, and you guys remember me saying that this primer, I didn't feel like, I'm holding my microphone, guys, that's why I'm not opening up things. Let me see if I could just set it over here without muss or fuss. Okay, hopefully you guys can still hear me. Okay, so I used the Contemplative State, and remember I was saying that I didn't think it was really that creamy. Well, it did start to warm up a little bit more, so it is a little creamier than it was initially. So I have been enjoying that. Now, I had my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer, and I finished it. And that was the original formula. So now I have continued to use this one, and this is the anti-aging formula. So I use this, and of course I have a drawer full of these because I do like this formula of the Urban Decay. This is the eyeshadow primer potion. So this is one of my favorite eyeshadow primers as well. So had no issues with that, enjoyed it. And I think that is all, other than my glitter glue by NYX. And this is just one of my staple products that I go in with all the time. So that's it for eyeshadow primers. Next, we can talk about setting sprays, since, you know, they're just staring me in the face. Yes. So I use my Fix Plus, and this is in lavender. And almost done with this. And I use this a lot, and I think that that this actually helped with the shine on my face, you know, in melting the products. Maybe I went in too heavily with it, which I have a tendency to do. So maybe that was some of the problem. But I did take my sponge, you know, after I was real shiny, I did take my sponge and start, you know, patting it into the skin. But yeah, I don't know. So this again is Fix Plus by MAC in lavender. Next, I use this Hydration Happy. This is by Manakadar. So it says it is a hydrating face mist. So I said next I use, but I didn't use this. Once I, you know, saw that I had all these shiny, radiant products, I did not use this at all. So maybe later on down the line. And the same goes for this Cover FX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. Told you guys I wanted to kind of use these two products up, but I didn't use this at all either. So again, maybe later down the line. For powders. I pulled 2 powders for the face, for the complexion, and 1 finishing powder. So remember, I was kind of on the fence with this Laura Mercier translucent medium deep powder. I said that I was going to try this. This was either going to make or break whether I was going to keep this or not. You guys, I think I used this maybe 2 or 3 times. And the 2 or 3 times that I used it, I really enjoyed it. It's just that it was so small that I kept forgetting about it. So I'm not going to declutter this. I'm not going to give it to my niece because, like I said, I did enjoy using it. I just forgot about it because it was just so small. I would never see it. I would never reach for it. And my other face powder, I guess I am jumping around, was this one by Too Faced and Caramelized Peach. I use this for my complexion as well. And you may have guessed, but my finishing powder, which I use, again, maybe 2 or 3 times. This is the Charlotte Tilbury. I have the, this is the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in 4 Deep. Didn't use this much at all, but this is what it looks like. It was tucked away behind some other products. I didn't get much use out of it. Let's talk about the blushes that we use. I use this Glowish blush by Huda Beauty. And this is in the shade Charming Cherry. And I did enjoy this blush. I put this blush on maybe this morning, I think. But then when I had to come home and reapply, I put another blush on. So this is in Charming Cherry. And I do like this blush. And it shows up really nicely. So yes, this is a keeper. As well as my Becca blush in the shade Nightingale. This is also a keeper. I enjoyed this. I'm glad I got a chance to use this again because I haven't used this in a while. So this is a standout product. I like the way it looks on the skin. And like I said, well, I didn't say, but I always think that the wine and berry color blushes are just perfect for the winter time. So that Nightingale blush fit right in. And for my other blush, I use this, the Saharan Blush Volume 1 palette. And in today's video, I did use this one. I don't know why this looks so, I don't know, it kind of looks, has an orange tone to it. It kind of does when I swatch it too. So, yeah, this is the blush that I have on my cheeks today. And you guys, one time I used this blush. I dipped my, you know, I'm not a swirler. So I touched down on this shade and I touched down on this pink. When I tell you the pigment, just by touching down, I'm almost tempted to try it again. You guys, I had to buff this blush in. I was buffing for my life. Buffing for my life just by tapping and tapping. This pink, you can see it on my brush. This pink came through like nobody's business. I was like, and I was getting ready for work. I was like, oh, and I always see people do that, but it never happened to me. But this time, girl, I was buffing for my life. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see it, but oh my gosh. Ugh, look, Juvia's, she just don't play. She does not play with the girls. She says, if you want blush, I'm going to give it to you. Yes, and she has some more blushes out, too. Juvia's. So nice. I'm thinking of Tanya's Beauty Box. She would love this palette because she loves blush and she says she can't get enough of it. Tanya, if you're watching, I don't know if this is still available, but you would love this palette because it does have real pigmentation for sure. Okay, you guys, I was a little disappointed that I did not use this Sephora Pro palette more. I didn't. I did use it though, but I didn't use it as much as I wanted to or I thought. It was stuck in the back of the tray. And it looks like I used the stuff at the front of the tray. I don't know. But I did use this bronzer. One of my favorites. Love it a lot. I did use this blush. One time I think I used this blush and mixed with this one. I think I tried this highlighter and it was an instant no, so I had to mix it with this, but I didn't really care for the mixing of both of them, so I didn't try that again. So yeah, I didn't use it as much as I thought, but I might keep it in again for another round. And since we're talking about highlighters, I did also use these two. Do I have this? I think I had this on this morning, but I used a different one for this video. So I used this highlighter and this one. And I mixed them together because this gold is just a little too... Whew, I was going to say it's a little too much. Look at that. And then I use this one right here. That's called Lila, and the other one, the gold one, is Zara. This is kind of more of a coppery. So these are the two highlighters that I use, and I mix them together. And along with highlighters, I use my LYS highlighter, and you know this is one of my favorites. It's called Aim High. And I use this highlighter. And you guys saw when I uploaded this Shop My Stash how beautifully it swatches. So soft. I don't know why I'm swatching again. This is it right here. Such a pretty highlighter. And again, it's called Aim High. Okay, so let's move to the bronzers. Now, I already showed you the bronzer that I used in the Sephora Pro palette. Well, that's a mouthful. This is also a bronzer that I used by LYS. Loved it. Y'all know that this happens to be one of my favorite bronzers. This is what it looks like. So pretty. And this is called Strength, or this is in the shade Strength. And I'm going to swatch this for you. You know what? I don't know. It's because I think I'm almost hitting pan on it, but I don't think so. This is the bronzer right here. Sorry, I swatched it over my knuckle. Yeah, I do think, where did I swatch it? I do think I might be almost hitting pan. I can feel it in the middle. Okay. Anyway, this is the bronzer. Doesn't swatch very well, but it sure picks up on the cheeks. So, yeah, I am almost hitting. I don't know if you guys can see the dip right there. But yes, this is one of my favorite bronzers. And that one from the Sephora Pro palette, it wasn't shabby either. I really like that one a lot. And occasionally, I did get some more use out of this e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. This is in the shade Sunkissed. So I did get some more use out of this. So I'm not mad at it. Originally, I thought it was only good for contouring, but it's not bad as a bronzer. So I was happy with it. Okay, so let's go to, we already talked a little bit about the primers that I used. So let's just recap. Okay, so I told you guys that I used the Milk Pore Eclipse Mattifying Primer. This is what it looked like. I did have a mini one of these, but I finished it up in January, shot my stash. So that's why I have this one. I also have my Power Grip Primer by e.l.f. And this has 4% niacinamide. I didn't use this that much because this also contributed to the dewiness on my skin. So I was trying to control some of that. So I stopped using this primer, but I like that one so much. It's just, I used it, in December, and I was loving it. And to kind of control the pores, was looking for something to fill in my pores. So I had two products and to smooth out my skin. So I used the Makeup Forever. This is the Pore Minimizer Step 1 Primer. So I used this one. And I also took out my Tatcha, the Silk Canvas, and I used this one quite a bit. I used this one today, as a matter of fact. I didn't finish it, but I don't know if you guys can see. Probably not. But I did, because there's nothing in here except for right around the rim. You might can see it. No, just right around the rim. So I use this quite a bit, and I'll probably keep this in again for February, because I know if I start early with the Shop My Stash, I know I'll be able to finish that out. Okay, so we had our color corrector. This is by Live Tinted, and this is in the shade Rise. And this is what it looks like. You guys know I told you with this, I don't really blend it out because it will, to me, it'll blend away to hardly no coverage. So when I put it underneath my eyes, I almost go like a concealer. I go up and over, down and over, and just concentrate it in the areas that I have darkness. And I do the same thing over here, a little bit on my nose because I do have darkness there from my glasses, but I didn't do anything to my nose today. So as far as color correcting. So that's just one of my staples that I try to keep. When I came home and touched up my makeup, I did go in also with the Kosas. This is their brow gel. And this is in the shade Brown Black. This is just a little sample that I got. So I noticed that my eyebrows were kind of wiping off. I didn't use my Pat McGrath Intensifies Artistry Wand. I didn't use this. Not for any particular reason. I didn't even use really my glitter glue. When I did the video with me cutting the crease and stuff, which I cut the crease a little bit today when I came back home. I've just been using my Anastasia Beverly Hills primer because I feel like this gives you like a soft cut crease. So I just used this one. And this is just an eye primer, but it's white. And just a little bit is needed. But it blends out so nice, and it blends out easily. I'm just going to put a little dot. And it's so smooth when you blend it out. So I just go in with a little dot because, yeah, you can get carried away with it and then be blending for days. And then I have my Sephora Colorful Gloss Bomb. Still don't know what shade this is. I think I put it in my Shop My Stash, what shade this is. So if y'all are interested, check that out, or I may pop up a note about it. And then here's another staple that I rarely use. I guess I just don't really want to add any extra steps when I'm getting ready in the morning. But this is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filt'r. And I have it in shade 5.5. No, I'm sorry, no. This is 5.5 milliliters, but the shade is 6.5 deep. And comes with a little wand. And when I use this, what I typically do is do it down the nose, my Cupid's bow, and then I'll go around where I will add highlighter. And sometimes I'll do it up there, you know, just this part of my forehead. And yeah, that's how I typically use this. I know some people will put it all over their face, but that's not my ministry. I don't do that. But, you know, to each his own. And you guys, we are wrapping this up. Yes. Okay. So the concealers that I use. You know, I redid my hair. What do y'all think? Now for the concealers that I use, I did pull this Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape Concealer. And, oh Lord. Ugh, I hate all those pop-ups. I'll have to pop it up because I cannot see this tiny writing. And I did pull this L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. And this is in the shade 415 Honey. And this one, I don't think I showed you. And this is my Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape. Now, I don't, you know, I've never tried the just original Shape Tape because that one just looks too matte for me. But both of these, this included, is creamy, but it is matte and it is full wear. Now, when I would wear the Tarte one, it's a little, I don't want to say it's a little thin, but I don't always feel like I get the coverage that I'm looking for with this. So that's when I would go in with the Live Tinted. Now, I put this on today, tonight, I mean, when I started filming this video. I did use this one, but I did go in with the color corrector. And like I said, I don't blend it out because I wanted to, you know, just conceal the darkness. But I put this on first and then I went in with the concealer. And y'all remember I put one more concealer and it was the Morphe concealer. And I forgot the shade, but the shade doesn't matter because this concealer has gone bad. And I had some breakouts on my face, guys. Like, I don't even know if you can see them. Like right in this area. And then just a little bit right here. But mainly it was on this side of my face. And you might can see them. Mainly it was just concentrated right here. And I finally got it to go away, or just went away. And then when I picked this up again, because I didn't know what was causing it. Because I had used all these products before. And so I was just like, what is causing that? And that also contributed to my makeup looking horrible. So when I went to use this again, my face broke out again. And so I was like, could it be? Could it be my Morphe? And I think it is, y'all, because this smells like, I want to say paint thinner or nail polish remover. This has gone bad. So this I am tossing out. And I do think that this really caused my breakout. So no more of that. Now, only thing that's left to talk about are the things in my makeup bag, my perfumes, and that's it. Okay, let's talk about foundations. I pulled 3 foundations to use. I pulled the NARS. This is the Light Reflecting Foundation, and I have the shade Belém. This foundation right here. I also pulled my MAC Studio Radiance foundation, Radiance, and I have this in the shade NC55, and I do believe, I don't see it, or I can't see it because it's so small, but I do believe that this NARS is also a radiant foundation. So there you have it. Love this. And that's why I say I don't know what to do. I don't know if it was just the overall base products. I don't know. But you guys know I love this MAC. My first MAC foundation. I fell in love with this NARS. And y'all know I love my Juvia's Place, which is the last foundation. And it is the I Am Magic Radiance foundation. A lot of radiance going on. A lot. So I pulled this one too. Any other time that I've used these products, I have loved them. So I can't say that it's these foundations. I don't know. I don't know what went wrong, honestly. But, yeah. So I have these foundations. I wouldn't trade any of these for the world. So, yeah, I'm loving all the foundations. I love everything that I pull, you guys, with the exception of the Morphe concealer. However, I just don't think the combinations necessarily wore well. And I can't figure that out yet. I don't know if maybe, like I said, if it was the MAC, maybe MAC Fix Plus that I went in so heavily with it each time. Because I did, I had to fan it a lot. And then try to pat it in as well with my sponge. So maybe that was it. I don't know. But I made sure that I didn't put it on for the video that we're filming now. I just went in with my, oh, I didn't mention this one. I just went in with my Fenty What It Do Makeup Refreshing Spray. Because you guys know that this is not a setting spray. It's just a refreshing spray, for lack of a better word. But they don't sell this anymore, you guys. I went to the Fenty site and it wasn't there. I am going to have to get this from the black market because I got to have it. I like this so much. Don't turn me in, but I'll be looking on the black market for this because I love it. I love it a lot. And what's in my makeup bag? Just my eyeliner by Essence, and I have that in my waterline today. This Monsieur Big by Lancôme, showing up and showing out because y'all know I don't have any lashes. Look at that. Show it out. It's a new bottle too. Then I just have my Sephora lip liner, my Charlotte Tilbury lip liner. I got ColourPop lip liners. I got lip liners for days, and I've taken some of them out because I was doing the most with the lip liners in the purse. What's this? Okay. And here is my eyebrow pencil. This is by Real Her. And you guys, I found out that they have these on the Macy's website. So Macy's sells these now. And when I saw it, because I just Googled Real Her because I was like, well, this is my last brow pencil by this brand, and I really like it, and I ran out of it today doing my brows. So I had to finish my brows because I was at school. So I had to finish my brows with the Essence Long Lasting eyeliner, and it did work out really well. So that's that. And what else do I have in here? Another lip liner by ColourPop. Another mascara by Monsieur Big, because I don't get any. I really need to put this in my empties, but I'm trying to get the every last bit. But I don't really get the payoff that I do from the new one that I've opened up. But yeah, I'm still trying to make sure I get every drop out of this. And then I have the Bad Girl Bang mascara by Benefit. I think this one's almost on its last leg too. And I want to get another one. I want to get another one. Same with the Real Her brow product. But I'm just like, you have so many brow products and so many mascaras. Let's get through those first. But I tend to just want to replace the things that I know I love. But I'm trying to wait. And I have my Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. And I put this ColourPop lipstick in here because I was wearing something one day and I wanted to play up my top with the lipstick. So this is called Doing Fine. So I have this lipstick. Don't know if it's available anymore. And then I have, I can't read the writing on this Charlotte Tilbury one. Very nice. I don't know what I have on my lips right now. I think I had this with a pop of this lipstick by Milani in the center, but it wore off. So then I reached over and got the Fenty Beauty lipstick. I'm trying to think of the name. I can't think of the name. But I just put a little bit on. And then I have also my Dior lipstick in here. Can't read the name either. Not even gonna try. And I have one more lipstick liner by Charlotte Tilbury. I don't even know this was in the bottom of the thing. I would have been using that. So those are the products that I have on a daily in my makeup bag. I'm gonna put every one of them back in there, even though some of those lipsticks need to go out. And this is it right here. This is what I carry with me because when I do my makeup in the morning, I do it to where all I have to do when I get to work is mascara, eyeliner, and brows and lips. Sometimes I'll do lips here, but not often. So I get everything I can do done here, but then I do my brows, mascara, liner, and lips at school. And lastly, you guys, this is it. Let's talk about fragrances. Okay, we're going to talk about these fragrances and then I'm going to eat. Okay, so I chose to use 3 fragrances for the month of January. And one of them was the Clean Reserve fragrance. And this is in the scent Skin. So this is the scent Skin by Clean Reserve. Love it. I'm so glad I got the full size. Then I have the fragrance by Kilian. This is their Apple Brandy fragrance. It's called Apple Brandy by Kilian on the Rocks. So I have this one that I've been using for the month of January. And one that I think is it's about done, you guys. I don't know if you can see, because it doesn't go all the way. This bottle of fragrance stops right here, not down here, right here. And I just have a little pool. So I can finish this. Can you see? I don't even know if this would suck up through the bottle actually, but I'm almost done with my Prada Candy fragrance. So yeah, this was a good one for me. I think I would repurchase it, but I have so many fragrances that I'm trying. That's all the products that I pulled for my January Shop My Stash. The only other thing is my skincare, and I guess we can go over that. I have the Clinique, and this is the All About Eyes, and it says it's a rich, well, it says All About Eyes Rich, and then it says reduces circles and puffs. So, this is what the Clinique looks like. It is rich. I do love the way it feels underneath the eyes. So this is something that I enjoy using, and this is just part of my morning skincare. And then this Meaningful Beauty Serum. You guys, I really like this. I looked it up on the Meaningful Beauty website, but it looks like you buy this with another product. I don't want anything but this. So I think I did find it maybe on QVC or something, but this is like 60, 70 bucks just by itself. But I really like using this, so I may get it because, you know, I want to get my daytime routine as far as my skincare down like I had my nighttime routine, but now I'm trying different products because, you know, I have them and need to use those as well. So I'm not, my evening skincare, I've only tried one different thing, and that was my moisturizer that I changed out at night, and now I'm using a different toner as well. Now I also have the moisturizer and the sunscreen. I have that. It's over there. So I have the sunscreen, and then this is my moisturizer by Peach and Lily. It's called Peptide Pro Firming Moisturizer. It says it lifts plus targets wrinkles. Now, I think when I first got it, I wasn't too keen on it. I was like, oh, it's okay, but I probably wouldn't repurchase it. Well, after using it, almost using it up, I would repurchase this. I'm almost done with this, and I'm contemplating, I'm going back and forth between, do I get me another one, or do I move on to all of the moisturizers that I have? Now, everybody was talking about in 2024 their goals, and some people were talking about, you know, being on low buys or no buys, and some people were talking about the things that they would not buy in 2024 because they just had an abundance of these products and they wanted to use them up, so they had enough to last them through 2024, so they would not be making those purchases. And I kind of, when I thought about it, I was like, I need to make me a list. I shouldn't really buy any skincare in the month or in the year of 2024. No skincare is needed for Jackie. I keep looking on the floor because I have bins of skincare, and I knew I took some patches out, had to throw them away because they had dried up. But actually, I think those came to me dry because I remember when I got them, I used them not too long after that, and I had to throw them away too. But I have at least 3 bins underneath my desk full of skincare, plus you know, the skincare that I ended up getting from Ulta if I spent so much money, and that's how I got this Meaningful Beauty. They're mostly samples, but it's still skincare. So I'm said all that to say I really want to repurchase this Peach and Lily. It's so, I mean, it moisturizes my skin really nicely, but yet it's still lightweight as far as it's not a heavy cream, which you guys know I love, but it's not a heavy cream, but it just still, I feel like my skin is still moisturized, and I haven't gotten any dry patches so far this winter. This winter has been unusual. Like yesterday it was 70, and usually I don't know what's going to do within the next couple of weeks because February is one of our rough spots as far as winter. So I don't know how it's going to play out. I mean, I didn't even take a coat to work today. I mean, it's been 60s and 70s. Low at night and maybe the 40s. So, I don't know. But
I said all that to say that this is kind of lightweight, but a good moisturizer. And I would love to repurchase it again. We'll see. We'll see how I get through the moisturizers. Yeah, we'll see. I'm just looking to make sure I didn't forget anything. But that completes my Shop My Stash for the month of January. Like I said, my Shop My Stash did me dirty. It just did me dirty. I think it was the combination of some of the products, the spray by MAC. Maybe this was too heavy-handed. And this doggone concealer by Morphe broke me out. I got bumps all up and through. All up and through. And I got to hurry up and get off of here before my under eyes start looking horrible, because everything is just not... I will say the only thing that stayed great on my skin and I liked are... Y'all, I didn't even mention my eyeshadow palettes, y'all. Y'all don't be letting me know nothing. Okay, so my first eyeshadow palette is by MAC, and it is called Future Flame. And this is their Connect and Color palette. This is the outside of it. And this is what the inside looks like. You guys, remember when I was saying this is going to be the perfect palette for work? Well, it took me a long time to use this palette. It took me a long time, but I finally got around to using it. And when I tell you, this is a great palette. I just love it when a palette gives you more than just one outer corner shade to deepen with. So yeah, this I used quite a bit, and took me a while to get up to using it, but once I did, I never put it down. Next, I pulled this Milani. Even took this to work with me because one day I didn't have time to do my eyes. And you can probably see this one is cracked and chipping. This one is cracked right here. So yeah, these two shades look like they've been to war in person. So I really love this palette. It works really good on the eyes. So this, you guys already know, this is a favorite of mine. Love that eyeshadow palette. And what other palette? Oh, you guys, remember I told you this Lila palette by Natasha Denona? I think I used it once or twice. This palette was almost in rotation every day. And it is the palette that I use today. This is the Lila palette right here. And these shades are just phenomenal. Oh, I love it so much. I use this shade to do an entire look. And I went in with this. This is a satin. But I was able to use it to deepen the outer corner. I use this palette every day, just about. Not every day, but quite a bit. And I can definitely say I finally got my use out of that palette. I can definitely say it. And lastly, you guys know I pulled my Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is their Rose Metals palette. One of my favorite palettes. This is what it looks like. I use this palette quite a bit, but I always do when I pull this one. So, yeah, this is one of my favorites. I think I had this palette on yesterday. So, all my eyeshadow palettes were A1. Didn't have a problem with any of my looks or anything. So, that worked out great. But it was just the base. But with that said, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. My battery's dying, so I just wanted to recap the products that we pulled for the month of January so I can jump right in and film my February Shop My Stash. So, yeah, I only had one miss in the Shop My Stash, and that was this concealer by Morphe. It did me dirty. So, that is going in the trash, and everything else, you know, I love. They just did not play well. I do like all the products that I use. I just didn't like the looks that these products gave me. And they were just mainly my base is what gave me problems. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to my recap of my Shop My Stash for the month of January. I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel.
Leave me a comment below and let me know if you like the blank wall or if you're vibing with my winter wonderland behind me. I am loving it, you guys. And that's all for now. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, my friends, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.